Hello there, my beautiful souls. Welcome into another daily read, this time for Sunday. I hope you're doing well out there. But let's jump into some energy oracle and see what Spirit has for us for Sunday. What do we have for Sunday? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, the garden and the gate, the door to value, pairing together, yin and yang, and the world card. So look at these energies, my friend. It feels to be a day where Spirit's saying, the gate is now opening up for you very easily, very efficiently, or for some select few drawn to the reading, it's been open for a bit now, and it's now time for you to walk through it. All right, it's time for you to reap the rewards, because it feels like in the midst of which there's a door to value for you to be experiencing. All right, it seems like this is a time for each soul drawn to this reading to be experiencing life in more valuable ways, all right? To be reaping maybe financial rewards for some, but let's just say abundance of value in a multitude of forms, because it feels like this Sunday seems to be, okay, productive and rewarding, but a reminder that it's involving some sort of, if not multiple levels of temporary energy, all right? And maybe even commitment. And so it reminds you to utilize the abundance that you're gaining and even maybe earning for some throughout the Sunday very wisely, all right, to support more in the future. Because say, for example, you're earning money throughout this Sunday. You know, not everybody is. It could be even past efforts coming through in the form of financial gain. But I do sense that they're saying, say that's, you know, again, for example, what you're gaining, part of the abundance. You should be putting at least some of which, if not all of which, aside. I get that's not always, you know, doable for some, but there's something about that supporting more for you in the near future, all right? And it might be in a direct comparison to what you are wrapped up with, or more so reflecting upon throughout the Sunday. Anyways, the yin and yang card and the world card, because Sunday is a day for you to be utilizing both your masculine and feminine side to your advantage, at times separately, you know, in a solo kind of way, at other times a nice combination or an intertwining of both. And this somehow stems from, or more so supports, how your world is changing more than ever. And I do feel there's a little bit of envy in the air. Okay, this could be at home, at work, you name it, it could be online. It doesn't even have to be limited to one situation. But it feels like this collective is experiencing as well some sort of soul development at this time, and it may not feel completely new to you because there's some sort of continuation taking place in regards to that. But it's also a time for you to be seeing how that directly affects and connects to how your day-to-day physical reality, your world otherwise, is changing. Does that make sense? But also they're saying this Saturday reminds you and other people that slow and steady can absolutely win the race. You know what I mean? Sure, at other times speeding up and taking a little bit of a quicker approach can be efficient as well. But it doesn't feel like that's going to be the best route, the best approach throughout this Sunday. Sorry if I said Saturday before, but it just feels like this Sunday somehow connects to Saturday, all right? And some of you are going through what feels to be a continuation of a decent sized breakthrough. And it's almost as if Spirit's saying it's so significant, it's so life-changing and important for you, if this is applicable, that it's going to take a bit of time to not only digest and fully grasp or create for yourself with maybe the assistance of Spirit, but also to, for a lot, implement into your day-to-day life to make some sort of change maybe. And so allow for this continuing breakthrough to feel inspiring, all right? Allow it to push you to make better choices in general. I'm hearing, or one in particular, but in general, okay? But let's move on. You might also have some hostilities in your midst. I know for me, Sunday involves working my serving job. It could be otherwise. But somehow you might find yourself in the midst of this gate and this door to value opening for you very beneficially in such a grand way. It almost highlights where the hostilities lied in your past, all right? And I feel this is some sort of comparison in a slight way to remind you, okay, that you have more going on for you currently than it feels or is easy to remember or notice at times, right? So they're saying, I'm not pushing you to overdo it in the reflecting comparison process, but we got it better, right? We got it better than what has been squashed, left behind, dissipated in the past. Now, it almost feels like people want to express some sort of love to you, and it doesn't feel for the majority to be romantic. Maybe they have had that thought about you at certain points, just saying there's that possibility. But I do feel either way throughout Sunday, it's like people want to express their gratitude for you. People want to say they like your energy. I'm hearing sweetheart, kind soul, generous nature, just genuinely nice is now what I'm getting. These kind of descriptive, this is how certain people might be thinking about you, perceiving you, maybe even describing you in person or online, okay? But let's move on to some tarot. I could honestly read the oracle all day, but it is a tarot reading, right? What else do we have? Spirit's giving me now random ideas to go back to utilizing for, let's say, like pick a card readings and different money focused readings. I don't know why I'm getting that now in the middle of your daily read, because it feels like maybe certain things like that will come to take a highlight and be maybe utilized or created. But I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit is saying we have certain ideas, sparks of inspiration for you throughout this period. It's up to you to trust your intuition in regards to what's going to work right. If it's something like I was just saying, it could be something completely different. But say it is something to re-implement that you once utilized and maybe worked to an extent but not fully, or it did work fully but didn't last or wasn't meant to, then Spirit's saying don't let the past hold you back. But it might be something to consider, okay? Okay, it's absolutely something to consider if it's Spirit's coming through with it. Anyways, but the roots of something is really coming through as well. I feel like that maybe is paying off for you. It almost feels like Spirit is saying, look around at certain points throughout Sunday and say, notice and point out 3 things. Maybe say it out loud if need be, if you feel it's the right choice. State 3 things you are ultra grateful for, okay? Watch how much that helps you. Even maybe push yourself, I'm hearing force yourself to do this in moments, if you have the time and space, when you feel maybe a little bit negative, not feeling the most optimistic, or maybe you were just focusing upon some imperfections. What else do we have for Sunday? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles, because it feels like Spirit is saying money isn't everything, but you deserve plenty of which, all right? Opportunity is everything, because that can lead to so much more. It can lead to more abundance in a multitude of forms. And I feel like Spirit is saying, try to view each moment throughout the Sunday and the day as a whole, if you were to take a step back, especially as you enter it, as something new, all right? Fresh energy. As much as Saturday somehow seems to want to connect to Sunday, or Sunday wants to somehow connect to Saturday, they're saying the days are different, right? The previous week in general, the beginning stages of this month, not the Sunday, you know what I mean? So allow for the Sunday to take on and even create fresh energy for you, as your approach and your outlook is extremely essential, extremely important at this time. So remaining in control or regaining control in regards to that, that's where it's at. And that's one of the main strategies they're trying to help you implement and utilize to your advantage. But moving on to the King of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it feels like you do have a lot, at least on your mind throughout this Sunday, and for some of which it also is talking about you having a lot to accomplish. You could be more so thinking about all that you still have yet to get done for the near future. But either way, it seems to be in the midst of which you are being noticed as the King of Swords, a wise, advanced soul, somebody who has the answers, at least most of the time, but somebody who has gone through significant transformation and is presenting themselves differently due to that, all right? And little do they know, you will have yet to change to your fullest, I'm hearing capacity. I don't think that's the right wording. You have yet to change to the fullest extent that you're meant to in this lifetime. All right. So those who are lucky enough to get a seat next to you moving forward, especially after, I want to say, the summer months, they are going to be experiencing a whole new you. But let's get ready to wrap up this daily read, because we can always keep going with these messages, by saying Spirit is going to come through and assist you throughout the Sunday. So make sure you do with it what you should be. All right. But the overall message is that your world is changing as you're continuing to transform as a soul. The gateway to so much abundance and value is now opening for you. So walk the F through. Gain what you deserve. All right. So those are your Sunday messages. I hope they were truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.